Hey guys, it's Fit Fat Brit RNY here, coming to you with the WLS topic of the week, which is what's one thing that you could say contributed to your success. And these topic ideas are made by Finding Elizabeth, so I will put her information down below. And since this went up on her channel, I guess, which I didn't do this last time, so I apologize, I need to say kind of my stats and everything. So I'm 5'3". My surgery was August 31st of 2015, so my 2-year mark is coming up next month. I had my surgery at McGee Women's Hospital in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I weighed 317, and my current weight's 124. My goal weight was 150. My surgeon's goal weight for me was 170, which I know sounds high, but she was trying to be realistic about the actual amount that I could possibly lose. So I got down smaller than what I realized I would have or thought I could have. But anyway. Oh, and I'll also put my Instagram down below because I do a lot of Insta stories, and that's kind of where a lot of updates about my day you can kind of see, and workouts and things like that. So yeah. So this one was a little hard. I feel like I'm the type of person that needs an army to be successful. Like, there's so much that goes into keeping me doing well than just one thing. So I had watched some other videos to kind of try to get inspired and think of something. And I think I found it. Well, I think I thought of it. So I think one thing, that contributed to my success thus far is fear. I know that kind of sounds silly, and I'm not talking about the type of fear where you are, constantly miserable type of fear. I'm talking about a healthy fear when you're attacked and you're running away kind of fear. The fear that you need to have of your parents when you're young in a respectable type of way. That type of fear. So I didn't actually even eat any sweets whatsoever until about 8 months out. Like, I was so scared to death. So scared. So I have a fear of that. I have a fear of regain. And I see a lot of people start to regain after their 2-year mark. So I'm trying to come up with a plan because mine is coming up here. I try to recognize patterns, and if something comes up and I start to have negative patterns, I will end up, being fearful of, is this going to continue? And I'll actually see, like, one time in this almost 2 years that I can think of, that I kind of had like a week or so that there was just a lot going on. I had a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, and I was like binge eating and then throwing up. Not forcefully, but just being sick, and it was just miserable, and I just kept doing it for a while. And I was fearful that it was going to continue. I was fearful I was going to regain, just a bunch of different things. So I automatically set up an appointment with a therapist that I had seen before my surgery, who deals with eating disorders and things like that, just for a couple sessions for her to get me back on track, and I was good. So recognizing something and things that can happen that make you fearful, to me, is a positive thing. I just think that fear is my biggest driving factor, because I fear if I don't work out, I'm going to regain. I fear if I have a bad pattern that it's going to continue and I'll regain. There's just a lot of different things. My pup. How cute is she? This is Jasmine. She's going to be making noise during the video. Huh. Who's you pretty? And one other thing that I wanted to mention, I know it's supposed to be one topic, but another thing I feel like that contributed to my success is definitely keeping food around me at all times. Now, I know that sounds bad, but protein bars, beef jerky, protein bars that are not going to melt in the heat, my purse, my car. I have stuff at my friend's house. I have stuff everywhere. And for me personally, being hungry, and I'm not saying that I'm like really hardcore hungry like I used to be before surgery, but you know that feeling that you get when you're like cranky and you're starting to realize you haven't eaten type of deal. It's those moments are where I become weak, and I want to just grab whatever, and I don't care. You know what I mean? I want to go through the drive-thru. I want to do all kinds of bad things. So just having a bite of that protein bar, I don't mean I eat the entire thing, but I actually keep them in baggies too, so that I don't eat. If I don't end up eating it, the whole thing, I can just put it in a baggie and keep it in my purse. And that gives me time to just kind of like calm down, but go home and then cook dinner and whatever I need to do. So I think that's been a huge part of my success. And, you know, not everybody has that problem. I mean, not everybody has that kind of thing that, you know, just because they're ravenously starving that they feel like they don't care and eat whatever. I mean, that's not healthy. But that's what's worked for me to keep me from doing that. And again, that was part of the fear. Like, oh crap, you know, every time I feel like I get really, really hungry and I'm in town because I live in the country, so it's not like I'm home in 5 minutes when I'm in town. It takes a while. So it's just kind of one of those things that's like, I started to become fearful of, you know, patterns I started to see. So I ended up kind of coming up with that of keeping things around me. I'm not saying I eat protein shakes every day. Or protein bars every day, but just keeping that stuff around seems to be very, very helpful for me. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing too exciting, but yeah, I appreciate you guys watching, and you know, if you made a video, let me know. I definitely want to go watch it. So yeah.